is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Face It Cast. You know how it is. You've probably been here before. We got a great game tonight. We got an OWCS promotion relegation game. We got Dhillducks versus Extinction. Dhillducks were the number 2 team coming out of Masters playoffs that happened just this weekend. They lost the grand final on Sunday yesterday. And Extinction obviously are an OWCS team. They played last season. I think they finished 5th, I'm pretty sure. So obviously the number 2 Master team versus the number 5 OWCS team. For those of you unfamiliar with how the bracket works, it's a double elim bracket, and the top 2 teams move on. So basically, if you win 2, you're in. I'm pretty sure if you lose 2, you're out. So it's pretty cutthroat. But this is not for technically all the marbles yet. We will have more games that will be played throughout the course of the week. I would highly advise everyone go to the Face It schedule on the website and look at when all those matches are, because it should have the default times already prearranged. But you can also stay followed along with me on Twitter, because I'll probably do quite a few of the streams. They just keep me busy, and I think they're fun. So, yeah, I'll continue to stream the relegation games just because, why not? There's not a reason not to, I guess. But we do have a really, really good one today. Dhillducks, obviously, we can start with them. And make sure this looks good. Of course it does. And, yeah, I mean, I got to watch them play a lot over the course of the last week. They're a very, very great playoff team. I love this team so much. I think everyone does. I mean, if you hate the Dhillducks, you might just be, evil, bro. Like, you're just evil as fuck. That's all I got. Like, I love the Dhillducks so much. Obviously, got Crowie, Snau, Carmez, Frothy Philly, and Red X. Red X is playing from an internet cafe, and apparently Crowie canceled his trip plans in order to play this game. So they're gonna be here to win. They're not here to lose. That's for sure. Or else they would have just thrown the subs in, called it a day. But this team's very, very good. Expect a lot of Diva. Expect a lot of Cat Bastion looks. But honestly, I think they're pretty prepped outside of the Cat Bastion as well. I really, really like this team, and honestly, I like their odds today. Team 2 on the other side of the coin is going to be Extinction. And this is a team we have not had on stream before, obviously, because they've played at OWCS. But this team is stupid stacked. I watched them in the OWCS qualifiers, months ago, I think, at this point. Really, really close series. Really, really awesome series as well. They managed to make it as the number 1 seed through those open qualifiers. But, I mean, Sniper on Take is just a menace. Ryan, especially on Tracer. Don't know what he learned in China, but fuck, this guy is a fucking monster nowadays. PDK on the stage has been a staple. I've watched PDK play for a while. He's great. And then the backline as well, rounding it out with Grapes and Scuff. 2 very, very, very awesome and good support players. So, lots to love about both teams today, but I don't really know what to expect fully. I don't know what to expect out of Extinction either. I have no clue if they are a Cat Bastion team right now. I feel like you either fall into the category of Cat Bastion team, or you fall into the category of like anything but Cat Bastion team right now. And this team, I have a lot of questions about what they want to play. I don't think they've played a match with Cat Bastion meta, so I'm curious to see if they do play that or not. I do not have Scrimbugs to tell me what Extinction has been playing as well. So just kind of guessing, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the single cam and let's do a little bit of a score spread. I've been really, really thinking about this game. The DSG game, I think DSG are the best team in promo relegation, right? So I do think they're going to 3-0 both of their matches. There's just too much talent on that roster from top to bottom for them to lose in relegation, I feel like. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking. If I had to put money on it, I actually think I'm going to rock with the Dhillducks. Extinction, they're just not a known quantity right now. I feel like the Dhillducks, when they play at their best, they look very, very good. So I think I'm going to rock with them here. I actually low-key had like a 3-1 or 3-2 kind of cooked up as well. I really, really like what they're going to do today. I think they're going to be problem on the Cat Bastion, problem on everything outside of the Cat Bastion. Snow's been great on the Cassidy. Carmez has done everything on the Flex DPS as well. I mean, so versatile from him. He's just so he's really like a key part of their playoff run as well. Like kind of stepping into form and stepping up into a bigger role as well. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm gonna see working with here today. I'm gonna predict the Ducks, and I want them to make it back into OWCS because obviously that would just be hilarious, right? I mean, it would be. I think the thing that makes everyone's day. But match is going to start here in 20 seconds. We've made it. And this is going to end off a long season of Face It. Like, for those of you who haven't watched Masters, man, we play way more games than OWCS. I don't know if anyone in this Twitch chat is going to be a new viewer, though, to be honest with you. I think it's just going to be like all the OGs, like, guys, bro. 5-stream watch streak. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's GOAT, man. But in case there are new viewers, I guess I'll act like you may not know anything about any of the teams or players in the game. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm hoping for a good one. I'm not gonna lie. I just want a close game. The other game with Kintsugi, I mean, I wasn't surprised by the 3-0, but it was just kind of boring to watch. But Extinction are gonna get the first map pick here, and they're gonna lock this one in fast. They're gonna take us to Lijiang Tower, and they're going to ban Zarya away. An interesting ban, honestly. I didn't know if Crowd was gonna play the Zarya. I feel like he does prefer the Diva quite a bit more. So I don't know how impactful the Zarya ban is going to be, or if it messes with the Ducks' game plan at all. They do have a counter ban though, and they're going to lock this one in. Have to wait and see what it is once we get invited to the custom game. We got the whole co-streamer crew, Bullskunk, SNR, Hyper, and me, bro. Holy cow, Nocturne also in the lobby. Go. And they're going to get rid of Tracer here, so probably don't want to match Ryan on this Tracer at the start of the game at least. And I would say I do think Ryan does have a slight edge in the Tracer duel as well. He's just so good. And Karmaz, I feel like, is a very, very strong Tracer, but is just so much better at like a lot of the other flex DPS. Like a very, very elite player at those. So I really, really mess with this ban. From Dhillducks. I don't really know what to expect with the Zarya ban. I don't know if that was super impactful or not. Someone will have to tell me if Extinction is the Zarya team. But we're getting into the map here, and we're going to see what these teams want to play. For the Dhillducks, I think it's going to be Cat, Bash, and Diva. Just a little birdie in my ear. Probably maybe Malga as well. I don't really know. Crowley kind of plays whichever one he wants, I feel like. And I feel like both are really, really good options, so I'm not really stressed about which one of those he kind of goes with. And then for the side of Extinction, we'll have to see if they want to match it or not. Leaving it through, I think they may want to, and that is what they are going to be hovering here. Karmaz on the main, Crowley on the Diva, Sniper matching it here. So kind of what I guess you'd expect, just going by the ban phase at the start of this. And we'll see if the Dhillducks can get it done here. I like their chances, Crowley. First season back, he's looking elite as ever. Red X, best cat in NA, bro. You already know. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I'm interested to see that we're getting kind of a mirror. Malga's available, but neither team wanting to rock with it. Ryan going over to the Reaper himself. Karmaz opting for the Mei instead. Crowley going to take positioning towards Dojo. Karmaz trying to walk up. Just needs to be patient here. Sniper starting to work the Dojo area, trying to force the space from the Dhillducks. It's now in the air, looking for PDK, and this Bastion going to get the better of his counterpart early. Dhillducks in a 5v4 now. Now, roam the map for kind of free here as the Dhillducks start to group around the point here. They want this early cap. And they're going to get it here. Crowley now looking for a hit onto the backline here. Scuff going to get kind of forced out with Sniper taking a lot of damage. And Karmaz is going to get traded away here. PDK should be on his way back pretty soon as well. Frothy Philly is going to fall. Crowley on the point has so much work left to do here. Sniper is forced out of mech. Crowley is as well. And both Divas do go down here, but it's going to be Extinction flipping this one back over. Will you stream Masters Relegation? Yes, Martian, I will be streaming the Expert of Masters Relegation. I'm also trying, yeah. I think I'll be streaming those games. I think they're going to be really fun. So. If I'm available. I actually don't know if I'm available yet, but like if I am, obviously, just depends. You never really know what's going on. But you can see PDK kind of on the hunt here on the Bastion. Now, getting pulled into the area. Pretty significant lead on the Bastion ult as well. There's a Q rush on the point from Scuffed, and it's now on this off angle looking for some damage, but it's going to be PDK in the Curie rush, just dishing out way too much damage. Going to drop the Bastion. And everyone of Dhillducks is going to fall here. Crowd just going to reset Red X. A nice trade out the door onto Scuff, but I don't think it's going to be super impactful here in Extinction. They're going to continue to hold this point. 50% and counting here, Dhillducks. This next fight is going to be super, super important. Frothy Philly has worked up to this Kiriko ult. Scuffed obviously had to use theirs in the last fight. PK in the air here. Kind of scouting, but it's now going to get dropped off of his cat now. Everyone kind of has to bunker inside of the small server room here. You can see PDK trying to look for the follow-up, but nothing really found here. We'll have to see how Dhillducks tried to take this one now. It's going to be the Curie Rush on the point here, so now just working inside of the Curie Rush, trying to find damage. PDK with the Bastion trying to dissuade some of this follow-up from the Dhillducks here. It's going to be Sniper touching the point last second. Red X using the Cat ult, trying to grab Ryan and going to get it. Karmaz going to dive against the Blizzard off. The point is going to flip into Dhillducks' favor. Graves going to use his catnap on a Crowley. The bomb forced out here, but Crowley is going to fall to the Bastion. Sniper Had used their bomb as well as PDK dropping so low here. Needs care. It is going to fall to Karmez, who's back on the Reaper now. Sniper there cleaning up Frothy Philly and Snao. And it looks like Extinction probably going to get this one over the edge here. Karmez just going to die last, and Crowley going to have the touch. And the Diva not going to be able to, he actually is able to make it to the point, but this carry rush of scuffed. I think it's going to be way too much for the Dhillducks to handle. You can see the touches just not able to be balanced accurately. And it's going to be Extinction taking a 1-0 lead here on Lijiang Tower. Really nice start from the squad. Haven't seen them play in so long, but they look sharp as ever. Grapes is 11-0 on the jetpack cat. All right. Okay. He doesn't mess with carrying his people around. He just kills. He sits on the ground and kills. Yeah. I don't remember the matchups. I think it is Wink versus Way Too Thanos and Garden versus Missy. So it should be like third from last versus third or whatever. Bro, something like that. But yeah, I'll be doing those games. They'll be really fun, I think. So stay tuned for that. It looks like not really any. I speak a little bit too soon. Karmez is going to open out on the Reaper here. Frothy Philly. She needs the Juno Ring at the door. So this team's kind of looking to play what they played in the last round. Much more of a mirror here. Perfect mirror, actually, with Karmez going over to the Reaper. And Dhillducks, they're going to go towards the point here. Ryan on this off angle here. Literally 1 health, by the way. Going to get out and live. Maybe a missed opportunity for the Dhillducks early to find some early pick to win a fight, but now on the backside, going to be looking for PDK, and he finds the kill in the air. Nice job from the Bastion player. This is how the last point started off here. Now Dhillducks, they have to finish the job as Crowley starting to drop very low. The point cap will be secured. You can see Extinction just trying to get out and play for another team fight. They're just going to wrap towards main, trying to get a regroup off. Ryan is back. But the Wraith is forced early. The turret form turn, though, from Dhillducks doesn't really find much. Extinction get to set up towards the point here. Scuff taking so much damage. It does fall to Karmez. So Dhillducks finding their stride a little bit here on the second point. Looks like it's going to be 2 back-to-back pretty clear-cut fight wins for them here. And Crowley going to start trying to clean up the rest of this Extinction team as they manage to make their way out. And Dhillducks, really strong start. 40% and counting on the point. Frothy Philly has the carry rush available. You might see this one come out early here. They need to wait for some cooldowns to get used by Extinction so they can kind of trap them inside of the rush. Frothy Philly working from the backside. Both carry rushes are going to come out here. Dhillducks, they had it first, but they just opt not to use it first. And PDK, they're just going to crumble inside of both of the carry rushes. +1 fight here for the Dhillducks. Now, going to get his Bastion ult forced, but Reaper has the Death Blossom available. And this could just go on to Red X here as the Cat trying to pull the Reaper off the map and going to get the kill, but trades his life for it. And Dhillducks, they're going to continue to hold on to the point, though, and they're going to find all of follow-up here. Continue to hold strong. Took lots of ults in the last fight, though. Both support ults and the Bastion ult. And Extinction, they're going to come back into this with everything but the carry rush available. Should be their fight to lose. We'll have to see what kind of happens here. And it's going to be the bomb dragged in by Red X, but it doesn't find the kill. PDK going to get wheeled away fast enough. And now Red X needs to be careful here. He's to make sure he survives. It looks like the Cat is able to, but so many ults available for Extinction here to make their move lift. It's going to be the Cat and have to start us off. On to Crowley, but Snow's starting to clean up here. 2 for the Bastion, looking for Sniper. Forces the bomb out from the Diva player. And Red X dies to the bomb. No, Red X. And now Snow working his way back to the point here. Dhillducks, they kind of even the score on this fight. They're forcing out all the ult economy of Extinction. So win or lose, I think this is a good fight, but obviously they'd rather much win it. 99% accumulated as well, and Extinction going to have to continue to balance the touches here. Sniper on the point. Already used up the bomb. So now, going to be so low, but Ryan with the Death Blossom going to green up Frothy Philly. PDK, though, is going to get traded out here, so 4v4, and Sniper is just so low. Does end up falling here. So now, in the Bastion form, trying to find the follow-up, and Karmez going to start cleaning this fight up with the Reaper Blossom. Finds 2. And Karmez might have finished the job here. It's just scuffed left, going to fall, and Dhillducks are going to find this flip. It's only going to be Sniper available to touch this for Extinction if they can even get to the point. And they're not going to be able to in time, so Dhillducks are going to even us up here on map 1. Really nice battle back there after going down early. I mean, it's so easy to kind of like give up, I guess, in some ways, right? Especially on like a pretty dominant first point loss like that. But, you know, gotta have the mental fortitude to keep going. And the Ducks, man, they have it in spades, this team. Can't help but love them.
My dad says a lot of your missions were disasters.
Well, if he made me the robo-horse I asked
And honestly,
for,
the fact that they
maybe I
won
would've
that
stood a
fight
better
when
chance.
Extinction had every ult is super, super impressive. I mean, holy cow. Big props to them. But still one more point to go for both teams here. And it's kind of the one that I feel like you're either very prepped on or not prepped on, right? The control center. It's usually pretty brawly, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot of cat bashes still from both teams, though. PDK going over to the Cassidy here. Dhillducks going to continue to run the cat bash and maybe not prepared to see this cast come out from the hitscan player. We'll have to see if they adjust their playstyle or not. PDK going to start wrapping towards the back line here. Really nice rotate from Extinction to create some space for themselves. And Karma is going to be kind of isolated on the point. Uses the Wraith, but nowhere really for the Reaper to go. Going to get lifted out by Redex. Nice play from the Cat. Dhillducks not going to lose one early, but still need to find some way to get some space back on the map. And Karma's was not expecting PDK there. Is going to fall early, so a +1 fight here for Extinction. Grapes, though, is going to get traded, so 4v4 breaking out on the point. Ryan, really low, going to get his Wraith Force and Sniper. Not a lot of HP left to work with here. Maybe the Ducks can start threatening the point cap. You see the Bastion form turret coming out from Snao. Sniper trying to touch the point with the Dhillducks. They get the immediate flip here. Now both teams have all 5 players. Redex needs to make sure he stays alive. Crowley dropping low as well, but it looks like the Dhillducks are going to be able to hold on to this point in the team fight for a while. PDK, though, has this early high noon. Trying to clear space on the point as Crowley continues to touch. Doesn't lead to anything, and Frothy Philly going to dump the gear rush into this. As Crowley starts marching forward, looking for kills, and the Dhillducks going to continue holding on to this point. Scuff, though, build up to a Gear Rush of their own here, and it's going to be the Extinction re-engage, looking for what they can find. It's going to be Frothy Philly who blows up first. Redex with the catnap. Going to find Ryan once again and pulls the Reaper off the map. Ryan, though, really nice play to TP back up as Crowley gets demacked, and it looks like Extinction going to win this one. Ryan threw a Death Blossom in, but honestly probably didn't need it. The Dhillducks, they're going to lose that team fight, but they got out 2 pretty big ults here from Extinction, so I don't think they're going to be super mad. PDK, though, is farming up high noons like candy right now, dude. This guy already coming up on his 2nd of the sub point. Let's see what he can kind of do here. This is techie, dude. He's shooting back with the inspect. And now Snao taking a form turn here. Forces the rally out of Graves. A pretty deep rally towards their own spawn. Just trying to keep the team alive. It's going to be PDK using the high noon once again here. Bastion going to get dropped on top of him, but Karma's going to fall here. Crowley very low, trying to get out as Snao goes down. It looks like Dhillducks is going to take a reset here. Crowley making his way all the way out. Another fight win for Extinction. Took the high noon and the rally. Only the Bastion used from the Dhillducks. And they're going to swap off the Cat Bastion here, going over to the Lucio. Snao on the Sojourn as well.
Much better.
Reaper going to TP in here. Karma starting to make a little bit of space, trying to duel out Sniper here from server. But PDK going to finish Redex off early. This Reaper ult needs to be big from Karma as it finds Ryan, but the Reaper going to get traded during it. Frothy Philly uses the Curish on the point, but also dies. Dhillducks, they might have blundered away an opportunity to steal a map from Extinction here. It's now just going to reset. Crowley going to get staggered. Might have to jump off the map. I'm not going to lie to you, but just going to go back to the spawn door actually. Much better option for the Diva player. Swap real quick and get back into this one. But Scuffed has the Curie Rush. Honestly, 5 ults coming online for Extinction and nothing available for the Dhillducks here. It's going to be a pretty tough effort for them to win this one outright. Redex is going to be able to get 1 touch and a 2nd, but just no HP pool available for Crowley to work with as PDK cleans up Frothy Philly from the off angle. And Extinction, close at times, but going to find a pretty clean fight win here to end point 3, and they're going to go up 1-0 in the series. Obviously, Sniper 21-3. What a map from the Diva player. Extinction starting off pretty hot here. I'm not going to lie to you. Dhillducks, they're going to get a map pick to try and temper the momentum here, but I'm curious to see where they do decide to take us to. Extinction shown that they are comfortable nearing the Jetpack Cat and the Bastion, so lots of questions here, but Dhillducks, they'll have the answers for us, and the map pick is in. It is Atlas Ban Brig. And Flashpoint coming out pretty early here. I think this map sometimes is left towards the back end of the series. The Brig Ban, I think just getting rid of the Juno Brig as well as protecting the supports of Dhillducks. Curious to see if they want to play Kiryu or JPC Bastion once again. I don't really know what to expect from them here. We'll just have to wait and see what the counter ban is from Extinction. Both bans are in, though. Rolling through. Lobby invites are out, too. Let me go ahead and lock in these bans to the overlay. And yeah, really, really nice start for Extinction here. I'm going to check their ban. It is the Reaper taken away here. So Karmez probably going over to the May, if I were to guess, Ryan, over to the Tracer. And the Brig ban, obviously, for the Dhillducks here, protecting their support line. I'm curious to see what they decide to do. Is it going to be more Cat Bastion, or are we going to see maybe some different sort of comp from the Dhillducks? I'm curious. They need to find a way to battle back into the series. This is their first map pick, so arguably their strongest one, and we'll have to see if they have some reliable way of getting it done here. Whole co-streamer crew in the lobby, dude. You gotta love it. I love the co-streamer crew. It's always one of my favorite things ever. So big ups that everyone is here. Yeah, just waiting for Sniper to get into the lobby. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm curious to see what we'll see out of these two teams. I think Jetpack at Bastion can be played on this map, but obviously the first point has that pretty low ceiling on it, so it's kind of hard to get your Bastion set up on a super long angle to where an enemy hitscan can't just kind of force him out from the Jetpack Cat. And we're going to be going in here. We'll see what these teams want to play. Dhillducks, they've protected the Jetpack Cat. I'm curious to see if that's what they're going to go with here, or if it's going to be a Kiryu kind of map. I'm going to go ahead and get us over to the end game very, very soon, but hopefully we're in for a good one. Obviously, the previous relegation game was a 3-0 in DSG's favor. So I'm just kind of looking for a little bit of fireworks here. I'm looking for a little bit of belief, a little bit of heart. And the Dhillducks, they're going to walk out, it looks like, on this Cat Cassidy. We've seen it before on stream. First round of playoffs, we casted the Dhillducks, I'm pretty sure. The Jetpack Cat Cassidy wreaked havoc on Vivacity map 1. So we'll have to see if they can kind of continue that momentum here. Crowley going over to the Ramatra, and I'm curious to see if Extinction are prepared for this team comp or not. Graves going over to the Mizuki, Scuff sticking it out on the Kiriko, and PDK starting on the Sojourn here. No Jetpack Cat Bastion to be seen. Ryan probably going over to the Tracer as well. Karma's probably going to match given the Sim TP. Or no, sticking it out on the Sim here is Karmez. So interesting choice from the Flex DPS player. Maybe looking to trade onto Sniper's Diva pretty hard. You can see the Sim starting to walk forward, and Sniper is immediately taken out of mech. Way too much damage for the Diva to take, and almost managed to kite out successfully, but the Dhillducks find the successful D-mech, and Redx going to go to cap the point on the Jetpack Cat. Really nice start here for the Dhillducks. Sniper has to go back to spawn just to swap back into the mech. You see Ryan trying to force out Redx from the off angle. His PDK shot goes wide onto Karmez. It's now set up here with the Sim TP. This Cassidy is going to be the difference maker for this map. If Snow can get activated and he can start frying, I mean, he has all the resources to do it here. The Jetpack Cat, the Sim TP, and he's going to find a kill on a Scuffed. What a shot from Snow. Holy cow. And a big opener for the Dhillducks once again. 40% on the point. If they can find follow-up, they might be able to end this one early. You can see this Cassidy trying to find some kills, but Karmez is going to fall to Ryan, but Snow continues to farm. PDK going to get taken out of the sky by the cast. Two quick shots from Snow are going to lead to two quick eliminations, but Dhillducks' job's not finished here. Still need to find trades, especially with Karmez falling. You can see Ryan working the point here as Crowley uses the ram for him. Just going to get lifted off of it here, and it looks like Dhillducks are going to allow this one to flip to the Diva and the Tracer. Old Bank starting to come up, and Snow once again going to find an opener here. Big plays from the Cassidy, but he needs to be careful not to take too much damage, and he's going to start to get wheeled around. Scuffed going to fall 2 for Snow on the fight so far. Make it 3. I mean, the shots may have fallen a little bit wide towards the end, but I think this should secure Dhillducks. This first point, Ryan, will be the touch for Extinction if they want to look for it here. Going to be start working on the off angle, but gonna get scouted out here. He gets one touch, but will he have another? The rest of Extinction have regrouped onto the point. Frothy Philly has the carry rush from Redex. Gonna have the catnap go wide as Scuff falls. Karmez taking so much damage at Sniper. Going to have the Mech Force with the Diva Bomb available here. We'll see if it leads to any kills, and it gets damaged. Ryan finds the pulse onto Snell as well, so even the fight up, Extinction have, but still lots of work to be done, and Crowley trying to shut this down with the Ramatra ult. PDK using the overclock. Gonna need to find some pretty big kills here. Probably Philly TP's out, uses the Suzu to stay alive, and PDK hasn't found anything, but it's gonna be Sniper finding Karmez. The Diva is forced out of mech though, and Crowley gonna start walking down the Sojourn player as Frothy Philly falls in a really, really scrappy fight on the point here. Ryan doing so much on the Tracer, but Snell is back. But Ryan finds 3, and somehow Extinction are going to win that fight. I didn't think they were winning it. Ryan 6-1, and just farming on the Tracer here in the Dhillducks. Quite a lot of ults into that team fight, just not to win it out. Sniper going to get the mech back here, use the bomb. Grapes has the beat, and Ryan has another pulse bomb, but Karmez has managed to build up to the wall, and Redex coming back up on another catnap here. The Dhillducks, lots of ways to get back into this one, and the Simwall going to help flip this back into their favor. The beat does come out from Grapes. Pulse bomb doesn't find anything, but Karmez is just taking so much damage here. Ryan is going to clean up Snell early. PDK on the high ground, just going to be farming. Scuff finds Frothy Philly, and what looks like it was the Ducks point at one moment in time. Looks like it's going to flip back the way of Extinction.
Good to see you.
And they did find a flip here, so Snell can find a touch on the Tracer if he wants to, but these respawns are just so late from the Dhillducks. They get the OT respawns, and Snell going to get one touch here. Crowley is back on the Diva, and the Dhillducks are regrouping from under. So this point is going to have another team fight, and Sniper has to start it out of the mech. Grapes going to get caught in the catnap, and everyone on Extinction is just so low. It's now maybe a little over-aggressive trying to find the Soj, but PDK is one, and the backline is dead. Ryan starting to get forced out on the point. Frothy Philly going to clean it up, and somehow the Ducks might do this. PDK needs big trades, but Sniper going to go down 98 to the bomb. And I think the Dhillducks should finally be able to do this one. Can anyone touch for Extinction? No, they can't in the Dhillducks. They're going to scrap out a first point win. That first point went 4 minutes, 30 seconds. So much recontesting, but Dhillducks, they get it over the line. And Play Toys, thank you for the sub. Holy cow. Thank you so, so much. It means so, so much. I'm sorry you lost yesterday, but, you know, your Mouse 5 are always winners in my heart, so.
Thanks for the heal.
It is what it is. But Frothy Philly has the Curie Rush available here. Dhillducks trying to get themselves positioned in a way to use it effectively, but the Oldicon of Extinction looks pretty menacing for this team fight. Dhillducks still have a lot of way to go towards a few of these ults. You see these Curie Rushes come out. Scuff does use it in the backline here, and Ryan's going to fall, and it may give Dhillducks some fighting ground to work with here on the point. Sniper going to get forced out, and doesn't want to have to use the bomb in this fight early, and Karmez on the sim just walking at this Diva player. Not a lot you can do about it. Sniper is able to survive for now, has the bomb available still. PDK using the overclock here to see what the Sojourn can find, and it's going to be quite a large chunk of Crowley's mech. Bomb available to get him back in it though, and the symbol out from Karmez as the Dhillducks look to push the advantage here. Karmez on the high ground looking for kills, and Sniper going to get taken off the map by the catnap. Diva Bomb used to stay in the mech, but Crowley is cleaning up. Scuff, though, going to trade to themselves. And it looks like somehow Extinction are going to win this fight. Crowley lets the point flip on the way out the door, but just going to reset off the map. Shouldn't be the end of the world, and the Extinction are going to be able to flip this one into their favor. Grapes is going over to the Wu Yang as well, trying to apply a little bit more spam damage to this Dhillducks team, but they are one fight away from taking this one back, and Snell with all the high noon shenanigans available to him is a very real threat this team fight for Extinction. I'm curious to see how they kind of choose to deal with this. The TP is out. It's going to set Snell up here. The Cat Noon is here, and Scuff's going to fall early. Big pick for the Dhillducks to work with here. Going to start forcing this point flip. PDK is going to find a trade, not before Snell shuts it down though. Nice shots from the cast player. Grapes though does find a trade onto the Kiriko. So a 3v3 now, despite the early pick for the Dhillducks, as Ryan trades Red X, and the Dhillducks have just fallen apart here on the point. Someone's going to have to touch, and Snell is stuck on the high ground. Going to find Graves, though, looking for Ryan, and going to fall, but going to get this touch for Crowley, so he doesn't have to feed too much of the mech away. Frothy Philly back with the carry rush here. We'll have to see what they can do. Mirrored by Scuffed onto the point. You know, 4v4 has broken out here. So now coming back on the Cassidy, and Frothy Philly needs to stay alive through the bomb. Crowley almost has his own, but going to die. And it looks like Extinction should be able to flip this one back into their favor. Very, very clean fight one here. So now going to be the last to go. And Extinction going to even it up here 1-1 on Atlas. Last fight did take quite a few ults though. Pulse Bomb, Rush, and a bomb used. Walking into the Dhillducks bomb, Sim Wall, and then obviously Snow coming back up to another high noon. Red X, the cat ult. Snow actually going over to the Bastion here. I don't know how much I actually like it. I think into the wing, maybe just a counter pick. Force Grapes to get back onto the Lucio potentially. This wing player has built up to a wing angle, and this early Sim Wall going to lead to a kill onto Graves here. I don't know how much luck this wing is going to have surviving, especially against this Jetpack Cat Bastion. Dhillducks are trying to threaten this point cap once again. But it's going to be PDK coming back in with the overclock. Dhillducks, though, they get the flip, and Snow is going to fall. Karmaz as well dies to Ryan, and suddenly Extinction, they're in an advantage spot to flip this one back their way. Crowley going to get killed out of the mech here, not going to use the bomb. Going to accept his fate and die.
Good to see you. Hello. Good to see you.
And Extinction going to find a pretty quick flip here onto the second flashpoint. I'm Q sniping this. No, you are not. Why? Or not? I don't even know if that's why. I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a need. Extinction, they're going to be holding this one. They have the Wu Yang gold available, potentially onto Ryan here. You can see stacking with the Wu Yang, knowing that he's probably going to receive the ult here. They're going to press the go button. But I don't think this has been scouted very well. It didn't seem Ryan knew where he wanted to go, but the mechanics aren't going to fail the Tracer player as he takes Snow down with the Pulse Bomb. He starts cleaning up here, forced off the map, but a 4v3 in Extinction's favor. Scuff trying to walk down this Dhillducks team. Sniper going to find the follow-up onto Frothy Philly. Dhillducks going to have to wait for this Kiriko respawn in order to play this one out. Karmaz on the Tracer himself now. Dhillducks, they have one more fight here. It's probably going to be Karmaz who has to touch or Crowley. And the Kirish is going to be out from Frothy Philly. Scuff, though, has their own available here. If they want to mirror it onto the point, it's going to come out slightly late as well. Really nice rush from Extinction to work with here. Sniper dropping kind of low on the point, but able to stay alive. And nothing really been found from either team. Frothy Philly, though, is just so low. Needs to grab the Mega, and Sniper's bomb in a lethal spot as the Diva gets back in the mech. Bastional doesn't find anything, and Pulse Bomb from Karmaz not going to find anything as the Tracer player dies. 2 for PDK with the overclock. Trying to clean this one up. Looking for Red X and Snow, and no one touches Extinction. They're going to secure this one. They probably had it anyway. Not really a C9, I would assess. And we'll start off as such a hot start for the Dhillducks on map 2. Extinction now find themselves on map point. They need one more flashpoint to secure this. Not a lot of ults to work with though. Graves going over to the Mizuki off the Wu Yang. The Dhillducks do have the catnap, but really nothing else as well. This is basically going to be a neutral here unless Red X can find some pretty massive value on the Jetpack Cats. Now though, getting the second Bastionberg online. Just going to start wreaking havoc in the backline. Scuffed is going to fall on Dhillducks. No ults needed. Going to find an early cap here. Very, very significant fight win. This next fight can be taken in any tempo that they want. They can lose it as long as they get enough percentage on the point that the next one is good for them. And you can see Snow looking for more kills. Graves trying to stay alive here, but the Mizuki will fall. PDK dead as well. And the Dhillducks going to win a second team fight outright here. Sniper and Scuff try to stay alive. It looks like they're going to be able to here. Finally a clean fight going to be taking place for Extinction. No ults to work with though. Red X has the catnaps now built up to a Bastion ult. You can see looking for the backline. All the cooldowns are getting forced out, and Grapes on the Mizuki going to fall early. Scuffed taking so much damage as well, and it feels like Extinction just cannot get a fight win here. The turns from the Bastion have been so good, and Scuffed finds Carmez, but Ryan is traded by Frothy Philly, so Extinction once again going to be even for this fight, 4v4, but down a player. And these Bastion turns are just gross. You can see the Dhillducks just forcing everyone of Extinction back. The Sniper going to try and make his way over to the point here. Bomb going to get forced out in exchange for the touch, with Grapes finding Crowley. May have lost this one for the Dhillducks. Sniper immediately going to get forced out of Bomb, or out of Mech, but all the kills have been found for Extinction. The Dhillducks, not a lot of life left in them here. Going to have to play for another team fight. Scuffed has the Curie Rush, and Dhillducks, they have everything but the Cat Bastion ults. This next fight could get gross fast. Sniper out of the Mech here, so needs to take a little bit of time to build back to it. Could allow the Dhillducks to find a pretty early start to this fight. See Snao trying to work with this Bastion turret. Sniper's going to fall before he get back in the Mech. Big kill found for the Dhillducks here, trying to even us up here on Atlas. Both Curie Rushes laid out onto the point, and Dhillducks, they need to split bad as Ryan falls. Now, though, needs to be careful not to go down here. And will anyone touch for Extinction? I don't think so. And the Dhillducks going to even us up here on the second map. And it will go down to the 5th and final flashpoint. Obviously, if they can get it over the line or not. PDK has the High Noon, Grapes, the Mizuki ult, and Ryan a Pulse Bomb, and Dhillducks, they have the Pulse Bomb and Diva Bomb available. Snao and Red X working back through their ults as well. This Bastion has just been so good from the Dhillducks this map. Not a lot of answers so far for Extinction to these Bastion turns. PDK has this High Noon available here to stave off the Cat Bastion. You can see he might look to use it here inside of the Mizuki cage. No, just going to hold on to it. Shots going to land onto Snao in the air, but Red X pulling the bomb in. Suzu perfect, though, from Scuffed, and now Dhillducks, they've thrown some ults into this fight. Haven't found anything. The bomb and the Pulse Bomb used. And only the Mizuki ult from Grapes thrown in by Extinction. So Extinction looking pretty primed to take this one. If I do say, Frothy Philly really needs to build up to this Curie Rush, and Red X and Snao will have their ults for the next fight. PDK's High Noon still a very, very real threat to them.
How's it going?
This Cats player not going to make it easy for Dhillducks to stuff his angle. It was easy to get this off cleanly to potentially win the point. It's now going to come in on the Bastion turn, but his ult is forced so early. Looking for damage in the backline, potentially onto Scuff, but not going to find any kills. And now the High Noon Red X has to stay alive. PDK just going to hold it here. Crowley on the point, isolated from the rest of the team. Red X using the catnap. What can he find? Doesn't look like it's going to be anything here. Just going to wheel Snao back into the backline as Ryan finds the kill onto Carmez. PDK going to clean up Frothy Philly as well. And the Dhillducks may not have any life left here as this Curie Rush comes out from Scuff. Crowley dead. It's just Snao left. Everything to do, and it's going to be Extinction taking a pretty close Atlas here. 3-2. Sniper 35 and 3. Dhillducks, it's going to have to be a reverse sweep for them to find a win here.
Play of the game.
PDK, I mean, just electric on the cast that map, I'm not going to lie. I honestly like the Dhillducks look on the cast a lot more than the Bastion. I think the Bastion was just kind of a counterpick for the Wu Yang, but obviously didn't really lead to too many kills being found. So obviously if they want to go in some other direction for these other maps, I feel like the Extinction answer for the Cat Bastion seems pretty good, but Dhillducks, they're going to choose Runa Sapi. Obviously a very, very good Cat Bastion map. Now, I have to see what their ban is. I'm curious to see what they want to get rid of here. They're going to be their final map pick of the series. So we'll have to see what they want to do and what they potentially want to get going here as well. PDK Drool. We're Dhillducks fans in this chat, Chochinators, so you're gonna have to find yourself a new home. The bans are going to be in here. I actually low-key missed both of them, so I'm just going to have to make an educated guess on who banned what. Oopsie daisy. Dude, these teams choose so fast. I'm so used to my expert brethren who just like take forever to do map pick and bans. I'm not used to the speed of this lobby, bro. They get it done. You gotta respect it. We'll have to see if the Dhillducks have a little bit more in the tank or not. And waiting for the lineups to finalize here. We'll see if the bans had any big impact to where teams feel like they need to make subs or not. We're going to be into the lobby. Bans are in. It's going to be Bastion and Mizuki. I mean, I'm sure the Mizuki ban is Dhillducks ban, right? Like, it almost makes too much sense for it to be theirs. So, I'm just going to rock with that because I don't know why it would come out from Extinction, but Bastion ban here going to get rid of the Cat Bastion. I'm curious to see what Snout wants to play here. Is it going to be the Soj? Very, very strong hero on this map, or will it be something else? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We'll just have to wait and see what that answer kind of is. We will slowly get to see what these teams want to play here. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious what the Dhillducks want to play with Cat Bastion gone on this map. And it looks like it's going to be the Cat Cassidy. Once again, I think it is a good look for them. I'm curious to see how they want to make it work here. Karmaz is on the Reaper. For Extinction, it's going to be that Ramatra, Cast Tracer, Kiri, Wuyang. Grapes on the Wuyang once again. Sniper actually going to go onto the Diva. Crowd getting wheeled over to meet Extinction Core. We'll see what the Dhillducks have in the tank here. 2 3-0s would be truly tragic for our Master Dude teams, but anything is possible when the Dhillducks are in the lobbies. Now on the Cassidy, start the cook here. Sniper on the Diva doesn't want to make too aggressive of a move. Wants to be patient here. Play slow. Grapes spamming from the off angle on the Wuyang, but now, I mean, shots starting to land onto the back line. Need to find some way to break through here. And Extinction, they're actually going to steal the card here. Ryan and Sniper moving this themselves. Dhillducks, they're going to have to find some way to meet this, but Grapes going to go down in the back line. Karma's going to have his cooldowns forced and kept up by Frothy Philly, and with Scuffed falling, I think the Dhillducks may have won this first team fight outright. Ryan's going to go down. And it's just Sniper, PDK left, get out and play on their own. So Dhillducks, they won a team fight here, going to equalize the meterage and more. Ult's not really coming online for either team. Frothy Philly super ahead on the carry rush though. Expect that to be a significant piece coming into this next team fight. Sniper looking for a turn here, but Karmaz is going to be able to survive. We'll see if this Diva can find anything. Just going to poke and hit. Set up on this corner, looking for this Reaper pretty heavily, but Karmaz able to survive thus far. The Dhillducks playing very, very patient. Now has this high noon, and he's going to get wheeled in here by Redex. Sniper trying to DM this one away, and the shot not going to land onto PDK somehow. It's now we need to find this kill the old-fashioned way. Karmaz TP'd in here. Scuff using the carry rush. Frothy Philly going to layer in his own. The Dhillducks, they get the cart around the corner here, and Redex pulls Sniper off the map. Does die though, and Crowley does get traded, and it looks like Extinction probably going to find their way back into this unless Karmaz has some heroics here with Frothy Philly. The Reaper player is getting a lot done though. Looks like just going to die on the cart. Not a lot of ability to win that fight, and Extinction somehow going to win that one outright. I think Redex May have messed up dying off the map there. I'm not going to lie, but the Dhillducks almost have the checkpoint. They do have the lead, though, and they'll be in a pretty okay position for this next team fight. Bomb and Reaper Blossom available. Lots of ults for Extinction as well. Ryan on the Tracer with the Pulse Bomb. PDK the High Noon. Karmez is just going to get ran down in the backline. Maybe a little bit too aggressive for the Reaper player in Extinction. Looking to follow up on this now. Going to go down. Ryan really starting to cook. Really starting to go to town. Looking for this kill onto Frothy Philly, and the stagger will be acquired, and the Dhillducks just have to turntail and run out of here as Extinction are going to cap this first checkpoint. Karmez comes out of spawn and dies again. And it's all Extinction right now. Ult Bank still looks very, very good. Did not need any ults from them there. Alright, is working from this high ground. Graves using the rally here, gonna find a nice opener onto Frothy Philly. Karmez falls in the Reaper ult, but PDK is traded, but Extinction just gonna continue to march forward here. Crowley has his bomb forced just to get back into the mech. And Extinction gonna continue to extend their lead here. Gonna get this clearly close to 100 meters as the Dhillducks start to recontest. Now though, has another High Noon, and Red X gonna wheel him into the back line, but sometimes the fear of High Noon is greater than the High Noon itself, and Extinction, all their positioning is hard forced here, and it allows Dhillducks to kind of round the corner on their own. And Ryan is just going to get put down by the flashbang. Snell and Karmez combine for the kill, and Ducks, they have an opener here. Probably don't want to have to use any ults if they don't have to. Crowley going to clean up PDK. Now from the off angle, looking for follow-up. Sniper trying to find the kill onto this Cats player, but Snell needs heals and no one's here to help him. Sniper gonna get back in the mech with the bomb, and a big mistake from the Dhillducks, trying to find their way back into the map. Both Gearys are gonna use the rushes here. Red X Catnap will go wide, and Dhillducks are just so low. Crowley though finds a nice kill onto Scuff, looking for more Grapes. Trades the Kiriko. And it looks like the Dhillducks not going to have enough in them to win this fight. It's going to be Extinction once again marching this one back towards Dhillducks territory, trying to expand the lead. They still have both DPS ults. Grapes coming back up on a rally as well. The Dhillducks need to find some way to find a big fight win here. Snow was just hung out to dry in the last team fight. I don't know what happened. The support split from their hit scan. Now the Dhillducks gonna need to find some way to get back into this one. Now has the High Noon here. I feel like they're really using the threat of this High Noon to try and create some sort of space. Now gonna rip it. Looking for value, but not gonna find anything. Not even a point of damage with it. And now Snell dropped in the middle of Extinction. Just gonna get cleaned up by Sniper and Ryan. Karmez on the bot. He's going to die out of here. And Crowley and Frothy Philly just gonna try and survive. And the Dhillducks really starting to struggle here. They've had such great starts on some of these maps, but it's all started to kind of fall apart once you get to the middle of the map, and Extinction have been so good at closing these ones off. So now going over to the Sojourn, Red X onto Lucio. PDK gonna start us off with the High Noon here. Red X needs to be careful. You're gonna get caught out and gonna fall. Now dead as well. The Dhillducks need to find some way to prolong this fight loss. Karmez going to die on the bot with Crowley, and it's just all Extinction right now. The Dhillducks cannot find any sort of momentum. Now on the Widowmaker, trying to find some sort of kill. Just going to be forced to go back over to the Sojourn as the Extinction threatening the full cap. Now they have both bomb Scuff coming up on a Kiri rush. Karmez has the Reaper ult. Crowley his own bomb. Looks like Extinction not going to force the issue here. Just going to play this corner, let time milk off the clock, and maybe see if the Dhillducks make a mistake that they can capitalize on. And Ryan is forced pretty far out of this, and both Kiri rushes do come out. Sniper just going to chuck a bomb into the Dhillducks. Doesn't find any kills, but PDK cleans up Red X. Just cast on the flank here, looking for values now. Shots going wide from both. PDK going to shut that one down. Carmez finds the trade, and Frothy Philly going to clean up Grapes. Looks like it's just going to be Sniper and Scuff to left. Have to make their way out of this themselves until the Dhillducks to find this map win and extend the series. It's going to take a pretty generational effort. Carmez still has this Reaper ult available. Just hasn't had a great opportunity to get it off with. CNTP into the backline, immediately going to get peeled by Sniper. Ryan forced out as well. The Dhillducks going to continue to move the cart here, but Snal and Red X going to get forced out here, and this Sojourn needs so much care and attention. Beat out just to keep him alive here, and the Dhillducks looking to walk. Scuff going to fall. Grapes throwing the rally into this, and Red X gets traded. Probably Philly goes down to PDK as well. And the Dhillducks once again going to get squandered by Extinction. Ryan, trying to find the follow-up onto Snal, and Extinction just look too good right now. The Dhillducks struggling so much on the back half of Runasapi. Sniper is out of the mech though. Should be able to get it back into this one pretty soon. Extinction maybe trying to close off the series here. Probably has a carry rush available. Snal and Overclock and Crowie a bomb. They're walking into basically everything but rally for Extinction. So I'll just see what they decide to do, and an early pick from Snal is a really nice formula to finding a fight win here, especially if you don't want to use too many ults in the Overclock. Going to be used just to secure this one. Grapes falls, PDK falls, and it's just Sniper and Scuff once again trying to make their way out. And Scuff, it might be a stagger, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this Kiriko just going to fall off the map here, and the Dhillducks is going to take a generational comeback to get their way back into the series. Extinction's ult bank is pretty massive, I'm not going to lie to you. They just have everything but the rally. Dhillducks, they had to use the Overclock in the last fight, working towards Beat and Reaper ult. Have the other two, but Scuff starting us off with the carry rush here. PDK using the high noon, and Ryan finds the 2K pulse bomb. And the Dhillducks, it might all fall apart here. Crowie out of the mech. Carmez, no cooldowns available, and Extinction probably just going to get off the bot here, and I don't think the Dhillducks are going to have any way to touch this. You can see Red X trying to make his way over, but Extinction, they're going to sweep this series 3-0 and put an end to the Dhillducks in the upper rounds of promo relegation. No team is eliminated yet, but one of the two wins that Extinction needed has been secured to maintain or remain in OWCS. Yeah, what a great series. They just played great. There's not a lot else to say. You can see Ryan, doing it all on the Tracer. And yeah, what a series, man. When I say what a series, what a series for Extinction. Dhillducks, they had a lot of opportunity to find map wins and signs of life. They just were not able to. Yeah, I don't really have too much to talk about here. We'll see if things change for the rest of promo relegation. These OWCS teams are looking very sharp. And we'll have to see if there's a way for one of these Masters teams to potentially steal a slot. But yeah, I'm not going to keep us here too long. There can only be one player of the match per usual, and I'm kind of thinking about who I want it to be, but I think honestly I'm going to give it to Sniper on the Diva. It felt like Sniper just had bomb literally every single fight. I don't know what else to say. I kept looking for what ults Extinction had, and Sniper just literally always had bomb. And they were able to use that in a really nice way to stay aggressive and just kind of put Dhillducks' backline into absolute shambles every team fight. It felt it felt like. So big props to Sniper on the Diva. Just really generational play, but I'm not going to stay here too long. It was a 3-0. We know what happened. We're going to have more promotion relegation games tomorrow. We'll see if I stream them. We'll see if I won't. I want to stream the expert games on Saturday though, so stay tuned for those. I think those of you who watch me are probably much more interested in that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next stream tomorrow or whenever it is. Bye-bye.